No.
Yeah, I lived in Mexico for like a year.
Where?
I traveled all around by myself, learning Spanish and meeting people and
What?
chilling. Yeah.
Yo,
I
that's
shaved my
awesome.
head in Mexico. I had like a whole spiritual journey. I went for the mushrooms first in Oaxaca.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Maria Sabina, there's like fresh hongos growing in these mountains. I felt the call.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Felt the call.
Call
Well,
to the
it-
mountains.
I mean, those things will pull you in. Like psychedelics?
Yeah.
Like you'll feel like you have to.
You have to follow
Get there.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
you-
it's just like they'll pull you into the fact that like they'll help you awaken something that you don't know that needs to be seen inside of your heart, inside of yourself. That's why some people will have bad trips because they don't realize it's something that you needed to see, but you're just stuck inside of this realm, and then they'll get stuck inside of a loop of a bad trip because they can't figure out why they can't get out of this thought process.
Yeah.
But it's literally like
Can't face them.
letting go is the only thing that like you need to do when you're having on mushrooms. You're supposed to breathe in what comes and then let go out what comes with it, because if you just sit there focus on that bad energy, you're going to sit there and create this bad stigma and create a bad aura around yourself, which then ruins your trip / makes you scared to feel things and like you won't conceptualize what you're actually going through.
You got a choice. It's like resistant. You could be in the resistance, or you could just choose to be curious.
Exactly.
Right.
And then the curiosity, you're like, I wonder what's happening for me right now. It softens everything.
Yeah.
And then you can actually see the truth of what's happening.
Yeah.
Not just like your ego being like, don't let it happen, don't let it happen.
Right.
Literally.
Which is painful.
How was that trip for you? Was it solo?
To Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like, it was a face your biggest fear sort of situation.
Okay.
Like I always wanted to travel the world solo. I remember myself saying that like as a kid, I want to travel the world by myself. And then when it came down to it, I was like terrified, you know, to go and I don't know, be like I was in my young 20s, like beautiful solo female traveler. Like you just hear horror stories. Like, my parents were super afraid of that too. So yeah, it took like a lot of building the courage to do that. But then once I did it, like, and I started in Mexico, Mexican people are just like, welcome to the family. They're so warm.
Want a plate?
Want to talk
So welcoming. It doesn't matter if you speak the language or not. Like, I just felt like, okay, the world is accessible to me now. So yeah, I traveled full time for like 6 years. And then I just landed here 2 years ago and like started paying rent for the first time in a long time.
All right,
Whoa.
we'll start from there in
Yeah.
this. All right.
Good start.
I like this.
Yo.
Bam. All right. Well. Yo. Welcome to Who's You. Beginning of seasons 2. You know, we starting off fresh, having fun.
Yes, sir.
Today, we got me, Passage, my man Jono,
Yeet.
and our very own special here at the Fate, Jules, the
Yeet.
runner of and owner of Bad Art Club, doing events, pop-ups all over the city. You can find her everywhere.
Look out for the flyers.
Always keep looking. You'll see Bad Art Club everywhere.
Yeah.
And just because it's called bad art don't mean it's bad art.
That's right.
Just makes you forget that there isn't a good or bad. There's just art.
That.
So, let's get back into what you were just saying.
Yeah. well, I feel like when you travel, there's like a lot of, when you travel alone especially, there's like a lot of spiritual development that like happens. Like I took a trip to Mexico last year alone, and like I just like wrote, listened to like Cleo Soul the whole time, like walked on the beach and just like vibed out, you know? So like going into traveling the world alone, like what, it was scary, right? Like you had a fear of like jumping into it, but what was it like when you were like into it, like when you got to Mexico? And, like,
Yeah, it's actually like how I like to live my life now. Like I really like to show up places alone. And I even write that in the Bad Art Club description, like, come alone, come with friends, but like just know that if you show up alone, like you're in for some extra magic.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because when you're alone, you're available for connection. You're
Presence.
like, if you're alone and you're not on your phone, then you're available for connection.
For sure.
And I feel like the people that I was meeting when I was traveling, everyone had like a clue for me of like where to go next, or some new sort of like thing to check out or to explore about myself. And you're anonymous, right? So it's like you don't have to let go of your identity in order to try something else on, because you're just a blank slate. Right. So you could just feel free to like try on whatever, you know, pick up the ukulele, like freestyle at the beach with the guy, like, do whatever, because you're just sort of connecting deeply, if you're lucky, with the people there and the place, and then 4 days later everything's changed. Like you're gone and on to the next. So I really like that freedom, sort of like on my spiritual path, to allow the world to go to work on me.
Right. Yeah,
no,
for sure.
I was just talking to my girlfriend about this the other day. It's like the alchemist thing, is when you're looking and you just go to a place alone, you have the whole world in front of you. There's open doors, but when you have somebody with you, you kind of feel like you have to talk to them and you have to occupy them because they're alone here if you leave them. And some people aren't the best at making those connections. And it gives, so like going to things and doing things alone helps you discover who you are actually as an individual, / also open up the room for more conversation, to be free, to be present. Because like that's the number one thing in most of these rooms is people not being present, and they miss out on a lot of opportunities because they weren't paying attention or notice that like somebody around you could be so important in your journey, but because you were focused in this realm, you missed the conversation that would have put you 10 steps ahead because you were stuck having this other conversation that puts you in the same shoes you were in, kind of vibe. Where it's like traveling alone helps you go into these doors where it's like, I know I probably shouldn't, but you find those hints, like the alchemist. You're told through all of these things it's going to lead you to a new answer, kind of help you discover what's deep actually happening inside of you. And it kind of like chemically makes you feel things that you wouldn't feel when you're with somebody else, because you're radiating off of two energies, where when you're by yourself you're radiating off of one, and you kind of can tell intentions and feel it out.
They're like God shots, they're like universe shots that are like, keep going, keep doing this, go this way, you know?
God shots, I like that.
Yeah, it's a trip. You said you traveled alone for 6 years?
You know, alone, but like there were times where I was posted up at a friend's house for a while. I was in the US for a lot of that. I lived in a car for a couple years and then a van later. COVID was in there. It's not like so but I didn't have like a solid home base, like my own four walls and a door for 6 years, which was like a big initiation of how to, I think about the web of interdependence a lot, because we live in a very independent society. And I think what traveling showed me is that like we can support and rely upon one another, and life's better that way. It's like more expansive and juicy, and just like we could go further together.
For sure.
So I learned a lot about what it is to like receive support from the web, you know, and to rely on that, and to be immersed in that. And now I get to enjoy having like the physical boundary between myself and the world, so I can go and like reset my energy and chill and kind of like come back to myself, and then go out and like really connect with the world, you know.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's really important.
I have this bar, it's the independence dependent on if I'm independent. And it's like you have to focus on being independent, but like you don't have to depend on being independent, because there are people around you that would help you just as like a friend or a hand, even if it's just like a piece of art, or like you just needed some salt from your neighbor. It's
Right.
like some people are so stuck in the I need to be in this independence where it makes me feel like I have to be independent. So putting my hand out isn't easy.
Yeah, like asking for help.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some people, shit, I even struggle asking
Yeah,
for help sometimes.
it's
you know,
hard. Like I'm a huge person. That's why I got that. It's because
Yeah.
I was stuck at asking for help sometimes because I'll
Right.
be like, fuck it, I can do this.
Right.
It's like
right.
making a flyer. I can go and ask somebody, but like I know I can really just make one really quick. Cut the middleman of just making it stressful. Putting
Yeah.
everything that needs to be known quick.
Exactly.
Or doing these little things, or like just like even with music, like just simply finding the right thing. Like I could reach out to so many of my homies that play these cool ass instruments instead of going and looking for and making these beats that aren't in tune with me.
Right.
I'd rather be making something with somebody else because the collaboration makes
Yeah.
everything feel better.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like comfort in like knowing that there's support around you and like that you got someone that's got your back or someone that knows what kind of music you like to make.
Yeah.
You know? There's a lot of comfort in that.
Yeah, I feel like life happens in the giving and receiving. It's like
Yeah.
that's being a part of like the currency, like the current of energy that's flowing
Yeah.
between all of us. It's like we got to give, we also got to receive. And I
sure.
think for a lot of people in my circle, giving is much more natural than allowing ourselves to receive. But it's like, I don't know, I've been thinking about how receiving a gift graciously is also giving a gift. It's giving that person or like the divine opportunity to gift me something and have
Yeah.
it be received, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine I try to give you a gift and you're like, no, I don't want it. It's like,
Yeah.
well, shit, I just got robbed of the gift then.
Right. Of giving it.
Yeah, the reciprocity is like a big theme that's coming up for me in life right now, especially around Bad Art Club and this like impulse I have to like hold the space and give these experiences and say yes to all these beautiful opportunities. And what I'm seeing come back to me is like in the format of people who are just like, oh, well, I want to jump in and support you. I want to offer this space for free. And it's like, okay, dope. I received that.
That's exactly, like for me, what stopped me so long was not being able to do that. And kind of just like being a no man. Being like, I'm okay. Instead of being like, and being okay with helping, because I like to just help out of my heart, don't need anything out of it. Like just, I'm like, all right, I'm here, I'm not doing anything, and this helps me sometimes avoid conversation. I can help you, which helps me just kind of get through whatever I'm at faster, and then also build a better relationship with whoever I'm hanging out with.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, but for so long I kept saying no to things. Be like, oh, you want to go out and do this? It's like, nah, I'm cool. And then I realized I was blocking so many blessings and closing so many doors because I wasn't saying yes. And so when I moved out here 2 years ago, I was like, I'm going to be a yes man. There's no reason for me to just keep saying no to people. Because me saying no just stops me from running into an opportunity or running into the person I could run into that could change my life, could be my next best friend. It was like just saying yes to a lot more opportunities opened so many more doors for people wanting to help without anything in return. People wanting to help me with just like oh yeah, you're a homie, I got you. And it's like those doors didn't open because other places because I kept saying no to myself. And like, do I want to do that? It's like, why? A lot of the time you don't want to do most of these things. And especially like the longer you start to do these things, you don't want to do it because it just feels like it's a job. It feels stressful. But it's like, if you just start saying yes and taking it as like a fun, this is fun.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, continuing to like
everything.
stay open-minded, you know, like to anything that comes your way, really. You spoke about moving over here. How did you get to the city and land in San Francisco?
I've had a dynamic journey up until this point. Like now I'm sitting here, I'm like, yeah, I run Bad Art Club. And the reality is like, I quit my job a year ago to do this. I was working in tech. I got to San Francisco in 2016. Everybody around me, it felt like, was learning how to code.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I'm smart. I like money. I'll learn how to code. Like, let's get it. You know, I had this vision of like traveling the world alone, and what better way than to be able to like do some work here and there and make a good chunk of change. So that supported me for like 6 years. It was only mildly soul sucking, but over time it got to be like, okay, I miss this part of my soul. And it's like the creative part, because I was putting all my creative energy towards building buttons on a page that nobody cares about, you know, and nobody's using.
We're trying to figure out
I
how to get
definitely
people to
don't
use
care
it.
about. And it was using just like so much of my life force every day. I would wake up and like go to work solving these problems that don't matter. And then I met this like vibrant woman who has her own scent business. It's called God's Eye Oils, and she was like, she saw me and she asked me what I did, and I felt shame. I was like, well, what I love to do is create experiences for people, but what I do for my day job is I write software. And she was like, so loving in the eyes, just like, oh, Jules, you could be so much more useful doing something else. And I was like, fuck, you're so right. Like, all of my love and care is being like drained by this job, and I wonder what would happen if I like took off the golden handcuffs and just dove into like who I really am, you know? And that's what this year's been, and it came at the same moment as finally like tapping into my own art. Like for my whole life I wasn't making any visual art. I grew up a dancer. I'm like trained in modern dance and ballet. So my creativity had an outlet, but like getting to witness what comes through me in a visual plane, I never had the honor because I never allowed myself that space. And so I sort of like, that dam broke a year ago, and that's when Bad Art Club was formed. Bad Art Club was like membership 1, Jules, you know? I'm just like in the club, I'm making bad art, it's feeling good. And then I was like, shit, this feels so good for me. Like, I want to do this with a bunch of people. And the universe liked that. The universe was like, all right, yeah, we want you to do this. Here's 50 people to come to the first event from like all walks of life. They filled the room down here. And I was just sort of blown away. And I quit my job shortly after that. But what originally moved me out here was like, I'm a businesswoman at heart, you know? Like, I went to school for business. I spent a decade of my life like working for the man. But the whole time I brought myself to work. I brought my authenticity, and I was like the black sheep even in the office, like the weird one. But I held it down culturally, you know? I was like, I'm gonna have fun at work. You guys want to have fun with me? And yeah, now I get to do that, but be around people who are like, they show up to Bad Art Club because they want to take the mask off, you know?
Be themselves. What was your first event like?
The first event was, I brought in the elements, earth, air, water, and fire. We had like 4 big canvases, paints at each station, and people just like embodied the fire and all painted together, like 12 hands on the same canvas. And the water's back here. It was really lit. There were costumes involved. There was like, I was pretty stunned by the energy in the space. I always leave Bad Art Club just being like, what the fuck is this? Like, because I'm holding the space, but I'm not creating what's happening.
Right.
And I don't know what's going to happen. I go in with like a really loose plan, a few ideas, you know, and then the people just bring themselves. And like, and we always make collective art. And so you just don't know what's going to go down. But
people are a lot more creative than they think they are.
And it's like you're a vessel of creativity. Like you're the channel that's bringing everyone in, you know?
You're just an open soul, so that they feel comfortable to create whatever is created.
That too, the permission that's given to be bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Is like, it disarms the self-conscious. Like the self-conscious mind is like, oh wait, I don't really have an excuse to hold myself back or to feel afraid of being embarrassed or humiliated or whatever. Because like the point is to be bad. So I can chill, and then what happens is like people are available for connection because they're not caught in their own little inner worlds in their minds. They're like in their body, they feel relaxed, they're like, I could do whatever I want in this space and people are going to celebrate me for that. And so the connections that happen are super beautiful.
For the people that don't know, since we haven't even asked this, can you give a brief explanation of Bad Art Club? We're just talking about it, but it's a very cool concept.
Totally.
So sick.
Bad Art Club is a movement against perfectionism.
Yes.
We're like out here each week in a different studio and gallery all throughout the city, using materials we have on hand, recycled, donated materials, to make large-scale collective art. And in that experience, it's like your self-consciousness dissolves and people actually get to connect with each other. And so, the art is terrible. The vibes are impeccable. Different medium every time. And up until this point, I've been leading all of these Bad Art Club sessions. And now I'm growing a team, where I'm building a team so that people who have backgrounds in all sorts of art or not are going to be like leading these sessions. Membership to Bad Art Club is officially rolling out this week. Our friend Gabe is supporting that with his app, Halo. And
shout out Gabe.
Shout out Gabe. I also do retreats and longer format. So one thing to look forward to this year is a Bad Artist residency, where we're going to go into nature for 10 days and like do a deep dive on creativity, connection with nature. Last year was the first retreat, Bad Art Summer Camp for adults.
So sick.
That was the most fun thing I've ever experienced. I got to participate.
People don't know how fun camp is, because
camp
nobody
is
didn't
so
want to
fun.
go to camp. You're like, oh, I gotta go and leave home.
I know.
This is my free time.
Right.
And then I went to church camp, and like, I was like, this is what I wanted my whole life. I wanted to go camp so bad all my whole life. Never like, I always just saw videos of it. Then I went, and I was like, I don't even care who I'm around. This is fun as hell.
For sure.
Camping is also in this like a similar vibration. Bad Art Club, art is the excuse, but really it's like you have permission to do anything you want in
Your
this
instincts.
life. And to like be a beginner. Being a beginner is the best part of anything. You get all the feels, you get to like come up against all this stuff,
No
feel
rules.
quick progress, no rules.
Right.
And so I feel like lots of people have that with camping. They're like, oh, I've never been camping. Lots of women especially have never built a fire before. And like, I only built my first fire a few years ago, and I was like, what the I can't believe nobody taught me how to build a fire. I'm a human being. I'm a human. Like, how am I supposed to survive?
We're still humans figuring out fire.
Dude.
The cavemen did this. Why ain't nobody teaching me?
I'm building a fire with like little squares of toilet paper. Like the kindling is like toothpicks and toilet paper. And I was nursing it for hours. And then days later, a friend of mine, this like very masculine friend, comes in and he just like lights a fire in 5 minutes, you know? But anyway, there's something in that of like, let's like reclaim our humanity by reclaiming the fact that like we're artists because we're human. We're dancers. We've been dancing since before we had language.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we're all musical by nature.
Yeah.
You know? so yeah, these stories of like, I can't dance, or like, ooh, no, I'm not an artist. They're just like, I don't know, boring.
Yeah.
Right.
They're stale.
Right.
It's time
We
for
all
a new
are
story.
artists. The first conversation we did with you recorded, I was like, art is everywhere. No matter what you do, you're an artist. It doesn't matter it's just what your job is. Whether it's coding, there's a format of coding that helps you develop everything, but that's art.
There's an art to it for sure.
There's arts to the buildings around you. There's art to the movies you watch. Even if you don't realize how in depth the director went into his art, there's so many things you don't even see in a movie, which is small things that somebody will point out on like Reddit, some like years later, like y'all didn't see this part of the film. It's like there's art to everything around you, whether this table that you found, literally made out of a tree itself, random, is art. It's literally around us consistently, but we just refuse to think that we're artists anymore because the system makes you want to be corporate, wants you to blend in with everybody else doing what they do because it makes sense, and it's a ritual.
Yeah, low key, yeah.
And it's like we are all creatives, no matter what it is. When we make up a new idea, that's creating. It's how you fabricate it and bring it to life is what makes it real.
Right.
And it's like it's all art. People just don't like being bad. It's hard.
Or they
it's
have
scary.
a fear, right? It's like a fear of like being bad or like not being good. You know?
Thinking about it now, it's like we're conditioned from a very young age to give our time to like sitting in in like a desk. Like we sit in school, and that's like the posture, except for the hour at recess or whatever. And then we sit in the corporate realm, we sit on our couch at home, and like there's a stagnancy in the body and a patterning in the body that I think also keeps people distanced from like their innate creativity. And a lot of the excuse that I hear, both like from myself to myself when it comes to my art and from other people, is like at the end of the day they're just tired. And there's like a resistance to getting the supplies out, to like doing the thing, because we only have so much attention and time in a day, right? And it's like, where are we putting our attention? People, there's attention siphons everywhere. Like our phone is trying to suck our attention. There's billions of dollars that go into these apps to capture our time and attention.
100%.
And then like the corporate realm, our jobs, they're trying to take all of our attention, especially in this city, like paying a bunch of money as if like any amount of money is enough for you to sell your energy and attention. And then at the end of the day, we're like, oh no, we're tired. I'm gonna just like go towards the TV.
So like, well, I see life as Newton's laws. If you're in motion, you're gonna still continue to want to be in motion. Days I'm up from 5 to 2 in the morning, I'm genuinely just moving the whole time, so there's no idea of me resting. I feel good. Second I sit down and start thinking about rest, I become an object at rest and don't want to move anymore. I'm cool, I'm happy, I'm chilled out, things have stopped, the motion is not moving, so I can take a deep breath, and once you take the deep breath, you hop back into that cycle of thinking, I need to take a break, I work too hard. When it's like The Alchemist, it's always a journey. Life is a journey. The second you stop, you end up ending any situation you could have created for yourself. Anytime you walk out that door, your whole world can change in one day. You don't know how fast things can flip. Like it's literally a snap of a finger. You just change your whole life by just choosing to go outside on your day off instead of sitting in your room and doing nothing and watching TV and being in that same cycle that they want you in. And that's why it's like that black sheep is going to be that person that does just go and do something, doesn't want to do the normal job, doesn't want to be this normal person. You're going to look crazy. You're going to be like, why are you always moving? But it's like, if I keep moving, things keep happening. My wheels keep spinning. I'm not. Even when a flat tire happens, I can change the tire fast because I'm moving. Like it's like, all right, well now there's a new direction I have to go. Something's happening. But it's like if you just rest and you get frustrated and you sit there and you sit and soak in it, you instantly stop making anything happen. And you get frustrated, and then you build up these walls that things can't change. Where it's like, all right, well, if I just go talk to this person, get some of this off my chest, now I can see it's not just this. It's not a tunnel. Like, there's just this whole open world outside of our eyes. It's like hard to see sometimes.
For sure. Yeah, and I feel like when people take that leap and they're willing to like sacrifice the job, sacrifice the time like away from the TV, because all of that I really see the job and like the TV and social media. A lot of it I see it as like brainwash, you know, like they're trying to like suck your creativity out of you and just have you stagnant, you know. But once you sacrifice that and you kind of like move into like a creative pocket, I feel like when people take that leap, those are the people that really get somewhere, you know. Like people really get somewhere in the creative field, and they kind of get other people like you, like Bad Art Club, to like join and like bring community together. How was your retreat?
It was the summer camp. It showed me what Bad Art Club is. Like having the bad art vibe for like 48 hours, 16 people there. Like it was so emergent. All I had to do was create the permission, and everybody else filled the space with just like silly nonsense, creative games, and like play, and a lot of rest. You know,
and dirtiness, you know.
Yeah, I got down and dirty. People are like helping each other pitch tents. You know, I asked, who's never built a fire before? Okay, you're going to build the fire for us. And like all these people are here to support you. Wow. So it was like that, very sort of integrative and in the flow. There was no like timeline. Like I would ask people, are y'all trying to do yoga in like 45 minutes, an hour and a half? Like how much longer you want for breakfast? You know, it was very resourcing in that way and like regulated. And something you were saying about sort of like rest and then being in connection with the world is what I heard. Like that the antidote to sort of like getting trapped in the stagnancy is just that choice of like being in connection, whether it's like connecting with yourself in a meaningful way, whatever, like the Palo Santo, like make yourself a meal, you know, rub your own feet, or it's like getting out the door and connecting with the world. I really think that that's the medicine that's going to heal this like self sabotage that is so easy for so many of us to slip into. Like I self-sabotage all the time.
Every day.
I have a million creative ideas every day that I don't follow through on.
Right.
But I think connection's the key, and rest. When I first started Bad Art Club, you know, I said I'm a businesswoman. I kind of took my productive energy away from the corporate realm and I just put it on Bad Art Club, and I was like strategizing and like moving at a really fast pace to create something that's going to be profitable. And then I kind of stepped back and I was like, wait, I quit my job so that I could perpetuate the patriarchal shit that is programmed into me onto my passion project. Like I don't consent to that. So I dialed it back and was like, I'm going to do this in a different way that I haven't been taught how. And I'm going to like rest a lot. And I'm not going to like put Bad Art Club on any timeline. I'm not going to force it to make money any soon. Like I really want to allow this thing to stay free. And as a person, like I want to enjoy the process.
Yeah.
I want to like go slow enough to be present for it, you know, and not just constantly be trying to stay ahead of it. I want to be with it, not ahead of it. And it's totally changed my life. I live like I'm available at last minute to hop on a podcast with my friends. Like before this, I was just like with another friend at a cafe, you know, and after this I have a call with a friend who's going to help me set up the membership platform, and it's all in the flow because I'm moving slow enough to like allow the flow to happen.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I'm not busy trying to create the flow.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I'm just following and going to work on myself to like practice presence, I guess, and patience.
Yeah, it's really just knowing that life's a journey and it's not a destination. You literally are just
Facts.
showing up. As long as you show up and you put that like interest first and like don't make it business and being like, this is not going to work. Like there's going to be 1,000 reasons it's not going to work, but let's find the reasons where it does work and take advantage of those. Because life's a journey and there's never going to be a right answer for any of it.
Totally.
As long as you enjoy what you have and figure out and make all the things around you are going to flow, not work at the time they're supposed to.
One thing that's like, it's like hot in the spiritual world right now. It's probably been hot for a while, but is like the idea of manifesting abundance. Everyone's out there like calling in abundance, you know? And I'm sort of like, I could focus on calling in more abundance, or I could focus on what I already have. And I'm like, yo, I'm fed every day. Like there's not a moment where I'm hungry and I don't have food to eat. That alone could fill me with enough gratitude to like last the rest of my life marinating in it, you know? And then everything else is so much extra. And like, I feel like the reorientation to gratitude, it's like, doesn't leave like longing or desire. And instead it's just like, I just want to be present with this moment right now, because this moment is it. You know, no matter how many moments there are to come where there's like more abundance. I'm really digging this moment right now.
So I learned with abundance and like how it works is like what you're doing right now is not focusing on wanting abundance, but knowing that abundance will come with it. And it's like God won't give you yourself inside of your God inside of you won't give you abundance unless it knows you have the control to use the abundance to the advantage that it is there for. Because if you had $1,000, like $2,000 ready, you could spend it. Some people will spend it immediately. They won't think about saving some, chopping it away. You know, it's like I'm that person. I will spend it because I've lived in a life of not having it all the time. So it's like if I have it now, I can do the things I needed to do for a while. Catch up on bills, catch up on this.
Right.
Where it's like some people get that money, they save more than they spend. So then they building up this abundance. So they're showing that they can handle that money, and they can handle with what comes with it. Where if you don't, it's you showing yourself that you can't handle this opportunity and this advantage, so you're gonna just waste it anyway. So why would I let you get to the point of letting you waste it? And like the actual spiritual journey of it. Some people are born with that value and get it, so they don't have to worry about it, and they forget about the meaningful things of being humans, having connections with people that are around you, thinking that you're kind of better than them because you have this abundance and that you have this open. These people don't understand what it feels like to have these things, and it's like we don't understand what it is to see life the way that it sees like that way. But it's like having a life won't give you abundance unless it really knows you can handle it if you are searching for it. Because you can search for something and that's you longing for something, but it doesn't mean you deserve it. It's like you can long for something as much as you want because it looks nice, but it's showing you that it doesn't matter as much as you think it does. It's like abundance is literally knowing that you can take care of what you have. It's like a reason I can have an abundance of friends and people that love me is because I can enjoy that. I just love them, and that's my abundance of being able to have those people and never letting these other alternate things that happened in our relationships to detour that I know what you really are, who you really are. We all have a moment of fucking up. Not everybody's going to make the right choice. I don't make the right choice all the time, so I can't judge somebody else for not making the right choice. And that gives me the ability to love unconditionally with an abundance of love. And it's like that. A lot of people don't feel that love like themselves deep inside because they don't give that love out the same way. So then it feels hard to understand that conceptual love because you don't see it.
Right.
You just want it and you need to be loved because you're scared you're not loved. And so then it draws this emptiness of trying to figure out what love is. And it's like life is just abundance of enjoying what you have while you have it, because you won't always have it. So I tell people,
That part.
your friends might not be here next week. You might not be living the same life in a year from now. Take advantage of having those people around you while you have them, because you don't know what's going to happen. They might move away. They might pass away. You guys might get in an argument that detours your friendship, and you guys aren't the same people that you guys used to be. And it's like, you only have these moments now with the people that are around you, and you just have to abundantly love them for what it is. And like, just take it like that and then let it go. And I was like, I know God has not given me the amount of money I need in life, because I would not do good with it. I would spend that shit so fast. I would literally be like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this. Now I can buy random things. Buy the random things and be like, wait, there's taxes and things I didn't know about because nobody taught me these values.
Right.
Like, it's crazy like how many things come with money that you think is actually nice, but it's like, you don't even know. You gotta pay taxes for the things that you buy.
Yeah.
And then pay tax at the end of the year for the thing that you bought. It's like,
More
there's so
money,
many
more
loopholes. More money, more problems, more
That-
feelings, more problems, more love, more problems, more anything. More abundance causes more problems. That's why you don't see it until you have it, and then you're frustrated because you have it. You don't know what to do with it. It's like, it's a circle.
Yeah, literally a
But,
circle.
yeah. You got any
That
more?
was beautiful. Yeah, well, we should, you said you work on yourself, right?
I'll work on myself, yeah.
What are like, what's a good message? What's a good message for like,
The people working on
yeah.
themselves.
yeah.
A routine or something that makes you really like get to that point to feel it.
Yeah. If you're curious about plant medicine, go towards that curiosity.
Bar.
There we go.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Plant medicine saves life.
Yeah. That, and never underestimate the power of a deep breath.
Ooh, that one hits home.
That
Yeah.
could change everything. Everything.
Yeah.
That could break
Yeah.
addiction. That can take you out of depression. That can change your whole mental, physical landscape. Is just the awareness and willingness to take one breath that feels good.
Deep breath.
One. And see what happens.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, can you just tell them where they could find you and
Yeah.
Instagram, website? How do they sign up for the?
Yeah, my website is amazing. I used to be a software engineer. It's
Plug.
thebadart.club. Thebadart.club. And Instagram is Bad Art Club. Bad Art Club just got approved for a trademark.
Okay.
Sick.
So-
Yeah, that was like a year-long process. And yeah, you could sign up for the newsletter. That's the best way. Sign up for the newsletter on my Instagram or on the website. That's where you'll find all of the events. We have 6 events in September at different dope locations throughout the city. They're always on a sliding scale, as cheap as $18 for like a 2.5-hour immersive experience, and up from there. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I want to say.
You want to close this out?
Yeah. Well, thank you to Jules for being here from
Last
Bad Art
minute.
Club. Yes, last minute. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you, P, for being here. Thank you, Dosa, for being here.
Dosini.
And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Who's you? Season 2.